Watching Angaliba News and the Star News Bulletin brought to you by TNM. Today with me, Alex Angaliba. Before we get into the details of today's news, let's have a look at the headlines. Masika CCP congregation under the Blantyre Synod Presbyterian has donated a nursery school at Tondwe in Zomba. And the carpentry professionals in the country says there is need for improvement in the furniture sector. And in sport, FCB Nyasa Bullets head coach Kalisto Pasua on Saturday reserved his comments about his future with the club. Those were the headlines in all the news in detail. Masika CCP congregation under the Blantyre Synod Presbyterian has donated nursery school called Dr. Science Park Children's Place in Tondwe, Zomba on 8 January 2024 rather. The ceremony was held at Masika CCP where the school was opened by retired Secretary General of Blantyre Synod CCP, Reverend Professor Salas Nchozana, alongside the guest of honor who is the Education Division Manager, Mr. Sakatiza. In an interview with Angaliba News, Nchozana said the school will act as a base foundation for the mental and spiritual development as well as growth for young children. He explains.
Very true indeed. Jesus Christ said, "Let the little children come unto me, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So, the bringing up of little ones is basically the first foundation for the growth and development mentally and spiritually for the children. And therefore, it is very, very important for every congregation, every church in our country to actually emulate what Masika has done. We know that there are other churches which already started having, places like this one, which is the St. Park Children's Center. And it is important for the churches also to make sure that they are assisting the parents of the children to come to such centers which are available in their communities. So it's a community development program, this one. My last comment is that Dr. Singh Park is actually a friend of mine. We have met so many times. He came to Malawi in 1994. And he has contributed not only here at Masika, but at Sochi, where Reverend Maganga was. But also before that, actually, people didn't know. I was not asked to talk in the church about him, but because I know him personally. You see, he contributed in the establishment of a clinic at Domasi Mission. And also he assisted in the renovation of Domasi Church, which was falling in those days. So, and I've been to his church at Shadyside a number of times in Pittsburgh. So, to me, for him to have his name here, I think it is quite appropriate.
Speaking on his side, the leading pastor of the church, Reverend Maganga, said he was glad with the launch of the project and revealed intentions to have their own primary and tertiary schools. He further expressed his desire for the church to own its own land where some of their future projects have to be planted. He had this to say.
I'm Reverend Joseph Maganga, the moderator for Masika CCP here in Zomba City. All right, I came here last year in April, and the project started in June. It has also just taken us maybe a few months. The funding from this project is from our fellow friend, who is just my papa, my father, who is in USA, Dr. Sangpak. So he's the one who contributed 90% of the project. Maybe I may not come up with the total figure of what he contributed, but in general we can say he contributed 90%. Now we have just started. This is just a background whereby we intend to have our own primary school. We also want to have our secondary school. Even we might lead to tertiary education. But we are looking for again for maybe a technical college, technical school, God willing. So we have underlined different projects that we are going to put at this church. Unfortunately, we don't have place, but we don't have land. But I hope that God will give us land where we can facilitate these projects. My last comment is that I just wanted to thank God for making us to realize this project. It has been a smooth journey that we have made it through the funding that my papa, our friend from Shadeside, Dr. Sangpak, contributed to us. And I also wanted to thank the church for the spirit of hard working that they have shown in assisting one another. In addition, I also want to thank the synod for their advice and their encouragement for us to come up with this project.
On his side, Reverend Humphreys Yambo, of the senior moderator of Masika CCP, urged parents to bring their children over to the facility, as the reason for the project was for children to have easy access to the facility, a development which has been lacking in the area for some time. He speaks more in this interview.
Yes, my name is Reverend Dr. Humphreys Yambo. I am the synod moderator, Blantyre Synod. We came here to open this school, to launch this school, so that the children around this community can have access to education. So we are starting from Lazarus School. Yeah, this school is going to help the communities because most of the children, they don't have the access to education. So we want to mobilize the children, the parents, so that they can send children to this school. Likely, we are going to expand this project. But at the moment, we want to emphasize, want to encourage the Christians here to build Manse, the house for the pastor. After the building of the church, the Manse, then we are going to finish the church, then we are going back to building the school now.
Adding his remarks, Blantyre Synod Secretary Love Modesta Juma Chulu expressed satisfaction with the newly introduced facility, saying this shows how visionary the church is for the children. He urged the church to take good care and full responsibility of the project and called on other CCP branches to emulate such things. Juma explains more in his interview.
Modesta Juma Chulu, I am a minister in the CCP Synod, and I happen to be the secretary of the church of CCP Blantyre Synod. Well, we are very much excited about this development. It's not a mean development. It's something that is huge, and we really thank God because of this project. The church having this vision and build an early childhood development, that means that they are looking ahead and visualizing the future of the church lies in the young ones. So we are really happy and we applaud the Masika CCP. My advice to Christians of Masika CCP they ought to be responsible in taking care of this establishment. It is a positive one, and because it impacts the life of the young ones, they have to take full responsibility of taking care of this development. My last words are, we wish them all the best as they are visualizing the future of the church, and I implore all the churches under CCP Blantyre Synod to emulate this example and build more early childhood development, and then we shall progress and forging ahead in a positive direction. Thank you.
Carpentry professionals in the country says there is need for improvement in the furniture sector in order to have beautiful infrastructures. The sentiments were revealed during a conference organized by Super Sukua Steel Limited in conjunction with Builders and Carpenters Association of Malawi on 7th of January 2024 in Lilongwe. Speaking in an interview, the marketing officer for Super Sukua, Dave Juma, said the company's desire for having quality output is the reason they thought it wise of engaging different skilled carpenters for an annual general meeting. He had this to say in this interview.
Well, it is our desire that we should have this particular AGM. It has been in existence for the past 8 years, but now it just died a natural death. So we want to resuscitate it to have a new beginning. There's a lot of benefits. Firstly, the members, once they meet any hindrance, they always come to our office to knock for any assistance. Secondly, we want to join different groups like just any other. We are registering this with the Ministry of Labour. As you have seen, the Principal of Volume Technical was here. We also want to involve Tibetan with empowering this particular individuals with different skills. Well, it is our desire as Super Sakua, where we have always wanted quality. We have always gone for quality. So in this case, likewise, they are builders and the carpenters who also want to enhance what they already have by involving them with different sectors of the industry in Malawi.
Adding his remarks, the principal for Lilongwe Technical College, Suzika Mbalo, encouraged the association to continue sharing knowledge and experience to other professionals for the sector's advancement. He commended Bukam for the initiative as it will help in filling up the gaps in the sector and help to improve development of the country as many infrastructures are done by carpenters. He explains more.
This gathering is very good and timely because this is a gathering of skilled people in bricklaying and carpentry. So far they have formed their association. They are calling it Builders and Carpenters Association of Malawi. We have encouraged them to continue with such grouping and share knowledge and experiences and skills so that they can get organized in whatever they are doing as an association for skilled people. We do have gaps, yes, and one of the good ways to address them is what has just happened. We need to organize ourselves, we need to organize the various sectors of skilled people in the country so that they can be well regulated. The regulation can only come if all of them are in association like this, and that way many things are going to improve. Their role is very crucial, is very critical in the sense that when we talk of development, we are talking of infrastructure that we see around, roads, buildings, many other things that we see around. That is done by the skilled people. So they are very, very critical, very, very crucial because they are the ones that work on these many aspects of infrastructure.
Speaking his side, Bukam coordinator Ishmael Matoni complimented Sakua for the development and said this will help in getting rid of mediocre infrastructures and help fight corrupted carpenters. He explains more.
Kwa kulibeneri tikuona kuti zili bwino kwambiri andi ndi chikondi cha kumwamba. Tikuona kuti mkulu ameneyo akutitengera kwa kuya akufuna dziko lathu likhale labwino, mamangidwe akhale standard, tizikambirana ntchitoyo ikhale yofanana mamangidwe, chifukwa manyumba mbiri ndikuzena zitsogolo, manyumba mbiri ngopotoka madenga ngati akupina dasi zimene zisali zinthu zabwino. Ndeti kufuna kuti anthu antchito amanja tikhale mgawo limodzi kuti nyasi ngati izi zisachitikenso, cholinga choti tikhale ndi Malawi okongola. Kutiroko mmene tili ndi malamulo amene tidayika mwakuti misiri ayenera kuti asabe katundu pa site, akaba katundu pa site amene akuchotsedwa ma association, komanso adzakhala ndi mwaibwana kokapanga claim ngati misiriyo ali mu association chifukwa akamukhulupirira komanso akabwezeretsedwa ndalama zake. Kwambiri panopa ndikufira mtundoso wa Malawi, dziko lonse la Malawi kuti nthawi yakwana yoti sopano azifira ku association kuti apatsidwe azimisiri odziwa ntchito yawo akadaulo, wakuti akagwira ntchitoyo akenda nawo opanda chokayikitsa akhoza kuwapatsa mamiliyoni yawo ndikukagula katundu nkubweretsa nkuwapatsa malisiti.
Electricity Supply Corporation of Malawi has dismissed some of their employees who took part in demonstrations in the month of December last year. According to a letter of one of the fired employees is the chairperson of Workers' Union Association, Charity Harala, who violated the laws of work in the company by planning the demonstrations and using the company's vehicles on the same matter. Tadala Williams reports.
The head secretary of Workers' Union, Mr. William Nyamura, disclosed a statement that some of the employees at the Electricity Supply Corporation of Malawi, ESCOM, have been fired. On 7 December 2023, the Electricity Supply Corporation of Malawi, ESCOM, held demonstration in Branta and Rilongwe for the increment of the salaries with 44%, saying the 10% the company was saying it was raised due to the devaluation of kwacha. The company gave 14-day ultimatum. One of the fired workers, Mrs. Charity Halawa, who was leading the demonstrations on 7 December 2023. Mrs. Charity Halawa, who is the chairperson for Workers' Union, has been dismissed for leading illegal marches and strike, gross misconduct, negligence, and threatening unduly influencing other employees. For Angaliba News, this is Tadala William.
In sports, FCB Nyasa Big Bullets head coach Kalisto Pasua on Saturday reserves his comment about his future with the club. The Zimbabwean successful coach, who has a year remaining on his contract, has been linked with South African and Ugandan clubs. Speaking to reporters after Zamadolo Airtel Top 8 final, which his team won 2-1 against Mafco FC, he said he has a year remaining to his contract and he needs to fulfill it. In separate interviews last week, his manager Gibson Mahachi revealed that there have been inquiries from other foreign clubs within the continent. However, Bullets have pinned down the rumors saying the former Zimbabwean national and Dynamo's coach is going nowhere as he has a running contract with them. Well, in international news, the Democratic Republic of Congo Electoral Commission has cancelled the vote cast for 82 candidates who contested in the legislative and local council elections. The head of Seni said the cancellation comes amid allegations in illegal activities which include fraud, illegal possession of voting material, and intimidation. 12 candidates from the presidential party are listed. The number exceeds 20 when adding candidates of political groups belonging to the ruling coalition. Meanwhile, 3 sitting ministers are named and the Congolese votes started in December 20 last year in concurrent presidential, parliamentary and local polls. And of course, that item concludes today's news bulletin, but before we leave, a reminder of our top stories. Masika CCP congregation under the Branch Synod Presbyterian has donated nursery school at Tondwe in Zomba district. And the carpentry professionals in the country say there is need for improvement in the furniture sector. And in sports, FCB Nyasa Big Bullets head coach Kalisto Pasua on Saturday reserved his comments about his future with the club. Well, that's the news for the day, but for more on these and other stories, visit our Facebook page, Angaliba Online, YouTube channel, Angaliba Television, Instagram, Angaliba_TV, and website www.angaliba.africa. You have been with me, Alex Windangluwe. Keep your message change and keep watching Angaliba TV.
Kulima hape ku TNM Pedzani 1.4 GB mpindi 200 kumansoma SMS 200 pa miezi 6 mukagula SIM card yanu TNM.